This is part 1 of the session. For other parts, please refer to the description box of this video.
Namaste, I bow down to the divinity in you. I am Gavyasiddha Yogaachaarya Sourabh and welcome to today's session. As you know, the intent of our team is to bring holistic solutions to your health problems, and along the same thought process and considering the suggestions and questions received recently, we have taken up the topic of migraine, cervical, neck and shoulder pain today. The methods we are going to share with you in this session can also be useful in a variety of other health conditions like anxiety and stress. Nowadays, these pains have become quite common, and some of the friends even told us that once it becomes migraine, their 2-3 days get disturbed and they need to take medications. And mostly what are these medications? Mostly these are painkillers. And those people don't know that what are the side effects of these painkillers, and when they keep taking them for a long time, it leads to more serious diseases like Parkinson's or heart disease and kidney disease and all that. So then what, if not painkiller, then what is the right solution? Now logically the solution will follow when we know what are the causes of this migraine and cervical pains. So one most common cause is improperly digested food causes the gases to rise up and exert pressure on the brain nerves, and that's where the pain arises. Secondly, acidity can also cause it, and thirdly, it might happen due to brain nerves are not getting proper nutrition, they are getting dried up. Another reason is improper blood circulation and blockages in the energy channels. We recently had a workshop where we gave an overview of the energy channels and the auric body and how it impacts our health. We will give the link to that video in the description box. You can watch that to know more about energy channels. So what is the solution? Now solution wise, it also depends upon what are the other health conditions like BP, sugar. So the person's full health condition has to be analyzed. But here in this session, we are going to share with you some general and yet very effective methods which should resolve most of the cases. Now, first thing first, you should apply the wet pack on the forehead. So you can keep at your home this kind of wet pack, cotton cloth. You can stitch it together, fold it and stitch it. And what you have to do is, when the pain happens, just soak it in normal temperature water. If it is very hot season, you can even use cold water, that's fine. So soak it and then squeeze the excess water so that we don't want it to be dripping out the water drops. And then just wrap it around and tuck it in. Just tuck it. You have to remember that you don't have to tie it. You have to only wrap around and tuck it in. If you tie, then it hampers the blood circulation, which we do not want. So along with this, we will also recommend that you use the stomach wet pack also. For a stomach wet pack, you can take a cotton bed sheet and fold it and similarly soak it and then squeeze and then wrap around the stomach area so that it covers maybe 5 inches above and 5 inches below the navel, and it has to touch the bare body. So don't worry, it won't wet your clothes. What you can do is, after applying this stomach wet pack, you can wrap around one more dry cotton sheet or dry towel and then wear your clothes and carry on your other activity. So now the stomach wet pack will reduce the gas problem, and head wet pack will reduce the pressure that the gases were applying at the head, and also it will cool down the head area. So keep it applied for 20 to 30 minutes, and then you can remove it. How many times you have to apply it? Until the problem is resolved from the root, keep using it 4 times a day, whether you have the headache or not. And of course, when you have a headache, at that time you have to apply it, and then slowly you can reduce the frequency as the problem is getting resolved. Only precaution in the wet pack is then that when you have applied it on the stomach, you don't have to eat or drink any food item, and you do not have to apply the stomach wet pack just after eating the food when the stomach is very heavy. Head wet pack, there is no restriction. So the first point was wet pack. Second is you use Panchgavya nasal drops. These are made up of 5 things from desi cow. In some other video we will cover what the whole of Panchgavya therapy is and what are the medicinal properties of the things derived from desi cow. But for now, just note down to put 2 drops in each nostril of Panchgavya nasal drops. At room temperature, since its ingredients also involve ghee, it may be in solidified form. So you take a small bowl and heat up some water in this bowl, and after heating up, you take out the bowl from the flame and put this nasal drop glass bottle inside the hot water. It will get liquefied, and then you lie down on the back and put 2 drops in each nostril, and just keep lying down for at least 5 minutes. And one more thing is that when you put the 2 drops, just press the nostrils like this 1 or 2 times, so that the liquid will get attached to the nostril walls, and over time its essence will keep going to the brain and will keep doing its healing effect. This will balance out all the 5 elements in the brain, and especially the Vayu Tattva and Akash Tattva. Also, it will relieve the dryness of the brain nerves. Now, for the time being, if you do not have Panchagavya nasal drops, you can also use in the interim the Anu oil or Anu Tailam. Now, coming to the third point, whenever the pain occurs, at that time you may be doing something. You may be working at the desk, or you may be using your phone, or maybe you are studying. Whatever it is, just stop that work for the time being, get up and go out in the fresh air. If that is not possible, at least open the doors and windows and increase the fresh air circulation. That's very, very important. And while the pain is severe, do not take any food item, whether solid or liquid. You can take non-addictive kashayan, which will have healing effect. We will cover at the end of this video how you can make it. You can take that, but apart from that, don't consume any food item in this duration. Then when the symptoms start getting better, you can take some light juice or fruits or salad. Now, fourth point is a very nice practice which anyone can do, whether he has any other sickness or even healthy people. I do it as a preparatory practice before meditation, and it's Brahmari. So just listen very carefully how you have to do it, and then we will do it once together. But before that, just listen very carefully how you have to do it. Let's not go into the specifics of where you have to put the fingers. For this session, let's limit ourselves to the simple hand position like this, you have to put your fingers on the eyes very gently, and to make sure that there is no excess pressure on the eyes, gently open the eyes and then gently close them. And then you have to close the flaps of the ears. There is a soft structure on the edge of the ear, which if you press, it will close the ear. Don't close it as of now, just listen right now. So you have to close with the thumb those flap structures. Put your hands like this, and then first you will take a deep breath in. You will do a long exhale with humming sound, with the sound like the last part of Om, like when we chant so the last sound, that only we have to do in Brahmi. So just see me once doing it. Ears closed, fingers on the eyes, deep breath in, exhale and humming. So this Brahmari practice you have to do for 5 minutes. You can, if your hands are tired in this position, before 5 minutes you can bring them down and then do it again to complete the 5 minutes of practice. It's very effective. Now again, how many times you have to do it? Until your migraine and headache problem is not completely resolved, you can do it 4 times a day. At least you do it just after waking up and also just before sleeping. And of course when the pain appears, you have to do it at that time.